Mama Mike, check. 1, 2, what is this? Wait, Don P on the back. All right, ladies and gentlemen, y'all know what day it is. Y'all know what time it is. And y'all know who y'all looking at. Welcome to the Super Show. Yes. Welcome to the Club Pizzle Super Show. I am, of course, your host, Don P. Pizzle. Pod God. Get it right. I got a new one that I'm going to reveal to y'all in just a few minutes, but blame my guy, Chris Cargile, for that. I'm gonna have Chris on here one of these days. We gonna talk some stuff. But thank you guys for y'all continued support of this podcast. Thank y'all for y'all continued support of this platform. While y'all are in a supporting mood, please like, subscribe, comment. Feedback is encouraged over my way. All y'all gotta do is, my inboxes are open. I want to welcome, or should I say welcome back, YouTube, Spotify. Thank y'all for coming over there. However, we're doing things a little different tonight. I got Facebook people in the building. I got Instagram people in the building as well. I figured if I'm going to do these super shows, I might as well put it on all of my socials. Okay. Thank y'all. Everybody that's tuned in, everybody that's tapped in. Big salute, big shout out to all the podcasts out there. Especially the sports pods. It's not a lot of us out here. It's not a lot of them that I'm aware of. If there is a sports pod that y'all need me to be aware of and to tap into, please feel free to send them my way. I am all for doing collabs with sports pods and stuff like that, because that's the new thing I'm on. That's the new kick that I'm on. That's something that I'm absolutely pumped up and excited to do. I want to gather a bunch of sports pods. I just want, or just meet the host, go sit out at a bar and just kick it. That's what I'm about. That's where I'm at. It's just about peace and unity. OEAs are around the corner. The Cleveland Music Awards are also around the corner. I'm not sure about the other award shows out here. Those are the two that I seen make announcements this week. So I'm gonna be ready. OEA voting process starts I believe Monday. So y'all know what to do. If there is if there's a podcast category, y'all know, throw Club Pizzle, make sure y'all get me nominated. If it's a sports pod, please, y'all already know what time it is. I try to, I'm not going to say too much until everything comes out, but just be looking out for that, man. I'm going to be ready. I would say my motto, we here for a good time and not a long time tonight. But I got a lot to get to because I'm taking all three pods and I'm putting them into one. Y'all know I usually say we here for a good time, not a long time. I'm going to get it to you in 45 minutes or less. I can't say your money back because this is not behind the paywall. But we got some stuff to talk about. Now, y'all know what I go through running a sports pod or doing the sports pod and then splitting that up and trying to do 3 separate sports pods. Well, Pizzle's Picks isn't affected by this. Yes, it is, but it's not. Anybody who runs a show or does a show, no, show prep is essential. I'm going to give a couple of pods out there, and anybody who tunes in or is tapped in, if y'all are, if y'all do y'all pods, if y'all are a talk pod, or if y'all talking, or if y'all doing an interview, whatever you do, y'all got to do show prep, right? Show prep is essential. I try to do as much show prep as I can before day of show. I usually start show prepping maybe on a Saturday night or a Sunday. So, did a lot of show prep Sunday as I'm sitting at home. I did some show prep Monday as I'm deciding, I'm a super show this. And get all of this show prep done on Monday. And what happens when I'm doing show prep and I figure, all right, I'm done with this. I just need to wait on this. And I can just put that wherever. One of the Cleveland sports teams always seem to do something. Actually, it's not all Cleveland sports. It's the Cleveland Browns. And in typical Cleveland Browns fashion, they do something yesterday afternoon that just made me laugh because I'm like, yep, did my show prep. Thank you, Andrew Berry, Jimmy Haslett. That said, the Cleveland Browns have traded Joe Flacco to the Cincinnati Bengals for a 5th-round pick. They traded Joe Flacco and a 6th-round pick for a 5th-round pick. Kind of a steal to get any kind of draft pick or anything. Like, you could have just released him and put him on waivers and let him go over there. But to get a 6th-round pick, to get a 5th-round pick and only have to give up a 6th, it's okay. Because let's be honest, how long is Joe? Like, Joe is probably out now. I'm pretty sure Joe Flacco was done after he got benched for Anthony Richardson last year. Joe figured like, hey, if I'm going to get a job or I'm going to go to camp, I'm going to want to play. But traded him. First, let me start by saying thank you, Joe. Not only for just being here or just for being the Cleveland Browns. And this is not me speaking as a fan. This is just me speaking as a sport. Thank you, Joe, for your service. Thank you for what you did for the Cleveland Browns when I was rooting for them 2 years ago. Thank you for that if I've never thanked you. Gotta leave with love to get to the rest of the issue. What you did in 4 games this year, bro, you could have stayed at home. You could have retired. I'll reiterate, Joe Flacco wasn't supposed to win that job. Kenny Pickett was supposed to win that job. Dylan Gabriel was supposed to be the backup. And Shador Sanders was supposed to be the 3rd emergency guy. And Joe Flacco was going to get cut. But you make plans and God laugh. Kenny Pickett had hamstring problems. I really think that Kevin Stefanski really, really liked Kenny Pickett and everything that he had and everything that he brought. I believe he hung his hat on Kenny Pickett and Dylan Gabriel to be his guys. And then monkey wrench, here comes Shador Sanders. Here comes Joe Flacco. I think those are Jimmy Haslam and Andrew Berry moves. I got more on Kevin Stefanski later. Let me get back to Joe. The 4 games, it was disgusting. Veteran quarterback couldn't get anything done. Here the Packers win to the defense. I'm trying to be as nice and as positive as I can, but it's hard to when he played the way that he played. It was bad. And the fact that he's not mobile is just thank you, Joe. Oh, and by the way, he started for the Cincinnati Bengals this week. Let me tell y'all something. Anybody who's calling the Cleveland Browns stupid, I can't believe I'm defending them during this sabbatical. I'm doing more defending of the Cleveland Browns during this sabbatical than I ever did while rooting for them. Anybody who thinks that this is a dumb move, y'all busted didn't watch Joe Flacco play these 4 games? Or y'all haven't watched the Cincinnati Bengals enough to know that their offensive line is worse than the Cleveland Browns offensive line. That offensive line stinks. That offensive line is so bad, I probably could get a sack or 2 on whoever is the quarterback. And I'm 5'10", $180. And I think I can get through on that line. That's how bad the offensive line is. That's why Joe Burrow's not there. That's why Joe Burrow was injured. Jake Browning. Listen, this is not a Bengals pod. This is a Cleveland. This ain't a Cincinnati thing. This is a Cleveland thing. I'm just telling y'all. I'm just talking to Cleveland Browns fans right now. If y'all think that this was a dumb move to trade him, I suggest you go watch the Cincinnati Bengals' first 5 games and then report back to me. I'm going to leave that there. That makes Dylan Gabriel the clear-cut starter. I didn't want to get into this. I had plans, but you make plans and God laugh, right? I wanted to get to the game and my thoughts on the game, but I'll get to those in a second. I just want to get to this quarterback room and talk about this quarterback situation. And I do want to discuss Kevin Stefanski's press conference from today. So Dylan Gabriel is your starter. This is Dylan as of right now. The Cleveland Browns are Dylan Gabriel's team. He has the keys to the car. Ain't got no gas in it, but he got the keys to it. Who the backup is? We're just going to say by default it's Shador. Bailey Zappi is on the practice squad. He, as of me recording this, has not been elevated. Okay? He has not been elevated off the practice squad. So as of right now, the Cleveland Browns have 2 quarterbacks on their roster, on their active roster. And Bailey Zappi on the practice squad, who's expected to be elevated. And you also have Deshaun Watson, who is in the building, who is working out, who does seem to be healed. And they do have to make a decision on him at some point in the next few weeks. I said it last week. I believe Deshaun Watson is going to play. I just felt like that would have been the time to get rid of Flacco. But that's where the new nickname comes from. From this day on, y'all can call me Pizzle, y'all can call me Pod God, or y'all can call me Podstradamus. Shout out to Chris Cargile, my guy. But this quarterback room is so messy. You got 2 rookies, a journeyman who really isn't that good, but he has won some NFL games. But he's going to be a guy who finds himself on an NFL roster just because he had experience. I believe Bailey Zappi was one of the guys who was drafted to replace Tom Brady in the Belichick era, if I'm not mistaken. That's what it was. Before Mac Jones or Drake May. Bailey Zappi was supposed to be the heir apparent. I mean, again, you make plans and God laugh. Bill Belichick jokes on you. And you have a quarterback who's making a lot of guaranteed money, who's coming off of a popped Achilles, who is not a fan favorite. That might be the nastiest quarterback room of all time. I can't name a nastier quarterback room than two rookies, a journeyman, and a now injury-prone quarterback who's coming off of not one season-ending injury, but two season-ending injuries back-to-back years. It's disgusting. Shame on you, Andrew Berry. Meanwhile, the guy that you exiled, you know what? I'm not even going to go there yet. I'm going to shut up. I'm going to be quiet. But Baker Mayfield is playing some good ball. Let me get to this Kevin Stefanski press conference. Because I can't talk my guy Chris off the ledge. I've seen some of my friends speaking about this. Listen, y'all. And it might just be me. And it might just be because I'm fried, died and laid to the side. These press conferences are sometimes the highlight of my day. They're so entertaining. Why? Because coach speak is the funniest thing ever to me. And it's so entertaining to watch these members of the media, the esteemed media, ask the same question. You got Mary Kay, you got Grossi, you got Jeff Shador, you got a couple of other guys and gals. All ask the same question 5 times in a row, 5 different ways, only for Kevin Stefanski to sit there and give them the exact same answer every single time. You can't fool these guys. I don't want to take shots at the media. However, aren't you guys tired of that? What do you guys think you're going to do? Y'all do know this dude is smart. Y'all are smart. He's a little bit smart. And it's not just Kevin Stefanski. I watch a lot of press conferences. I watch a lot of coaches' press conferences. And this happens with everybody. It happened with Belichick. It happened with Pete Carroll. It happens with Mike Tomlin. It happens with I'm drawing a blank. Sean McVay. It happened with John Gruden. It happens with Zach Taylor. It happens with John Harbaugh. It happened with Jim Harbaugh. It happens with Andy Reid. It happens with Nick Sirianni. It happens with Brian Dable. It happens with Sean McDermott. It happens with Aaron Glenn. It happens with Dan Campbell. It happens with Brian Schottenheimer. It happens with Mike McDaniel. They ask the same question, just a different way. You can't fool these guys with semantics. Stop it. And again, I'm not going to sit here and throw shots at Cleveland. That's not what I'm here to do. I'm just here as a person who respects what they do, the journalists, the writers. Mary Kay's been doing her thing for a long time. And for me, Mary Kay is probably the best one in that building that asks questions. I have my feelings about Tony Grossi. I'll keep them to myself. And I love Jeff Shador. I've had an opportunity to work with Jeff Shador a long time. I love Jeff Shador. Jeff Shador's great. It's a bunch of newbies out there that I don't know who they are. Hopefully I'll get an opportunity to meet them one day. Guys, come on. What are we doing here? And I sat and watched Kevin's press conference. And why I say they're asking the same question. They asking the same question about the number 2 quarterback. And of course, he's going to answer it the way that he's answering it. And fans and media, I don't think media is upset at it. I think the media is used to it, and I think the media really, they try to catch us. Kev got it up here, so I'm going to be a smart ass if y'all going to be smart ass. If y'all going to keep asking me the same question different ways, come on, man. I got a college degree. I'm a coach. I've heard it all. It's media training. This is me talking to the fan. Watch any of these coaches. From Kevin Stefanski to Mike Tomlin to Zach Taylor to John Harbaugh to Nick Sirianni to Pete Carroll, Jim Harbaugh, Mike McDaniel, Todd Bowles, you name it. Let's go back. Bill Belichick, Bill Parcells, Don Shula, for crying out loud, Jimmy Johnson, maybe not Barry Switzer, but y'all can get my drift. There's a thing called coach speak, and there's a thing called media training that I'm not expecting you to understand, but I'm expecting you to listen to me when I try to explain it to you. They're never going to give a straight answer, or they're never going to answer your question directly. They're going to answer it a certain way. It's media training. It's what a lot of your favorite Cleveland local artists, what they need. It's what, hell, I need some media training. Some more media training. It's what a lot of people, y'all don't understand that, and you have to be around to understand that. They have people, they pay people to help them handle certain questions because they know the media, they know certain media members are going to ask certain questions. This is how you answer this question. All right, we're going to be faced with this dilemma. We have to answer this question this way. So no need to be upset about that. But again, I'm so entertained by these press conferences. I am so entertained by Kevin Stefanski. Back when I covered the Browns, way back when Romeo Crennel was here, that was the highlight of my week, getting to sit there and listen to Romeo Crennel ramble about who knows what and say play better at the end. Well, we got Braylon here. He the hamstring, and then Kellen. We're not talking about Kellen, and a quarterback is gonna be here, but we got to play better. And the Joe Thomas is really, really good. That was a Romeo Crennel press conference every week for 2 years. The most entertaining-ish. Y'all would just have to listen. Any of my friends or my real ones, y'all are welcome for me to break a lot of this down. Because really, I am, like, again, we're here for a good time, not a long time. But I'm going to be here for a while. But any of my friends or my real ones, I can explain that to y'all. Or people that got a brain, or people that have comprehension skills. Y'all will understand that. But regular, you know what? I'm going to leave it. I'm going to just leave it. And go back to this quarterback room is Krusty McNasty. Krusty McNasty. Now, before the whole Flacco trade, the Cleveland Browns went all the way over to London, Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, which is a beautiful stadium, by the way, and lose to the Minnesota Vikings by a score of 24-17 to fall to 1-4. And a come from ahead loss. They had the lead. and they couldn't finish. More on that. Dylan Gabriel, first NFL start, the first rookie quarterback to make his debut outside, his starting debut outside of the United States. He went 19 for 33, 190 yards, 2 touchdowns, and was sacked twice. If I'm going to assess Dylan Gabriel's first start, I think it was a decent start. I think he did just enough to win. He had command. He got the ball out. He didn't hold on to the ball too long. He basically took what the defense gave him, and he just ran what Stefanski called for him. Again, this offense looks like some shit that my grandson's team. This can't be the offense that the Browns ran for 4 years that Kevin Stefanski was here before moving on to Ken Dorsey last year and then getting rid of him. This can't be the same offense. It can't be. It is nasty. I don't get it. I'm confused. But like I said, Dillon played decent. I would like to see him push the ball down the field. He doesn't have to do it 10, 11, 12 times. Sometimes you gotta let that sucker fly. But with as bad as the Cleveland Browns offensive line is, it looked better. Still false starts. I should never hear. You know what? As far as I'm concerned, I should not know offensive lineman's name. But Cleveland Browns and their offensive tackles always are jumping. And something I did notice on the rewatch, the snap count never changed. The cadence never changed. That's something they're going to have to work on. And I know rookie quarterback, blah, blah, blah. Again, I would love to see the deep ball get thrown anymore. Dylan Gabriel's deep passes, a lot of them were inaccurate. He short armed a couple. The one to Judy that bounced into him, which looked like a catch, but then I saw the replay. I said, they're going to take it from him. Again, he did enough to win. He put up 17 points, and it's the number one defense. The Cleveland Browns have the number one defense. 17 points could have been enough. Quishon Judkins, 23 carries, 110 yards. He had a touchdown called back, but you could see him getting better and better and better. And it makes me think what this guy would have looked like had he come to training camp. This is a dude who missed all the training camp and week 1. And he came in. But they say running back is the easiest position to translate from level to level to level. That's why guys like Adrian Peterson were so great for so long. Let's just go back. Jim Brown, O.J. Simpson, Gale Sayers, Walter Payton, Marcus Allen. Even fast forward, let's go. Derrick Henry. Leonard Fournette, like certain guys, Adrian Peterson, like you watch him from level to level to level, college, pro, high school, college, pro. The transition is easy. But for this guy to miss all the training camp and to come in and what is he averaging about 80 something rushing yards per? Impressive from Quishon. David Njoku has 6 catches, 67 yards, and a tud. I need David Njoku to stay on his feet. I need David Njoku to stop trying to hurdle people, especially when you're on the 40-yard line. Bro, you got the first down. Why the hell are you jumping over people? Say that for the goal line. That's what he do. Like I said, Gabriel looked okay. He was decisive. He made the quick decisions. It was dink, dunk, check down. That is West Coast principles. That is West Coast offense principle. It's just like level passing, and he's taking the short route every time. But there comes a time you got to push the ball down the field because the corners will sit, the linebackers will sit, and they will watch your eyes, and it'll be a pick six going the other way. Judkins look great. I still think the offensive line sucks. Too many penalties. They only gave up 2 sacks this week, and that's only because Dylan Gabriel is faster and is more mobile than Joe Flacco is and ever was. Overall, they played well. Just not well enough. Not well enough to win a game. But let me talk about this offense. Let me get back to this offense. This offense is the worst that I've ever seen it. This Cleveland Browns offense is worse than the offense that was here during the 0-16 season. It's more talent here now than back then, but this offense that I've seen through the first 5 games, you mean to tell me 16 points, 10 points, 13 points. What did they score against Detroit? 10 points, 17 points? It is 17 points. This offense hasn't scored 20 points in a game in a season. Now it's like a season's worth of games. A season and a quarter. It's like 20 games. And they're 3-17 in their last 2. I still feel like Kevin Stefanski's seat isn't hot. And he's coaching this year like his seat isn't hot. How can y'all not see that? He's coaching like his job is safe at least through next year. Someone asked the question. Shout out to my guy, John. Is Kevin Stefanski protecting somebody? Yes. No, he asked, is Kevin Stefanski protecting somebody or is he being protected? And I answered him, I think it's both. And this is just my thoughts. I don't know anything. Like I said, man, the practice squad long snapper don't live next door to me. I don't shop, I don't get my car washed with none of the players. I don't see Harold Fannin Jr. or anybody like that at Fresh Time or Costco or Sam's Club. I don't get my hair cut in the same barbershop as any other players. I'm just giving thoughts. I feel like, and again, I'm going to say this again, I feel like Kevin Stefanski is protecting Andrew Berry, and I feel like Jimmy Haslam is protecting Kevin Stefanski. That's all I got. That's what I got there. Kevin Stefanski just wants to coach. It's all in everything he. Just listen to the guy talk. He wants to coach. He don't want to have to deal with all the other crazy mess that is going on out there. He just wants to coach football. Which is why he works with the guys that Andrew Berry brings in here. And I'm starting to lose faith and trust in my guy, Andrew Berry. And y'all know I sat on here on this very show and said, I am going to trust a guy until I don't trust you anymore. it's hard to not trust the guy who's been doing cap management and things like this as leisure homework after doing his real homework in 5th grade. But I'm starting to lose a little faith in my guy. Win a referee shirt. What he's bringing in here, I mean, skill position wise, okay. He hasn't hit on any of the quarterbacks, especially after the whole adult in the room thing that was said. I still feel a way about that, by the way. Especially after seeing what is happening down in town. You bring in Deshaun Watson, you make this big trade, you throw all this money at him. I think Kevin Stefanski just went along with it. P.J. Walker, Dorian Thompson-Robinson, Bailey Zappi. I think Case Keenum was here at some point. Joe Flacco. Snoop Huntley. And now finally I get an opportunity to draft a quarterback. You draft the guy I want, but then you draft another guy in the 5th round. Again, I'm not defending Kevin Stefanski. I'm just giving you what I feel like is happening. Okay? My word ain't the Bible. Again, I don't eat barbecue with the equipment manager or nothing like that. Like, I don't have any connections or ties to the Cleveland Browns that I know of. I ain't got no family members that's on that team. I don't personally know Harold Fannin Jr. Me and his mama's Facebook friend. Hi, Mom. And your son is doing fantastic, by the way. Listen, y'all. I know everybody's talking about the offense and how bad the offense is. And I slipped up and I watched some national media. I watched The Arena. Shout out to Gilbert Arenas and what he built over there with Gridiron. That's a great show, by the way. I love those guys there. Keith Talib is one of the realest. Gerald McCoy, I love Gerald McCoy because Gerald McCoy is highly entertaining. And Skip Bayless is over there. Skip Bayless does a great job over there. Skip Bayless is in his element. Skip Bayless is doing great. I just want to know why no one, and again, I slipped up and listened to them. I don't know what the local media is talking about. I don't listen to the radio. I don't listen to 92.3 or KNR, or I don't watch any other local pods until after I record, which I'll probably get to tomorrow. Nobody wants to point out that the number one defense in the NFL couldn't close the fucking game. Number one defense. I'm asking you to get me one more stop. And they couldn't do it. Myles Garrett, best defensive player in the game. Where's the sack to shut the door? I have to ask these questions since no one else wants to ask them. And I know the defense played their butt off. They've been playing their butt off all season. I get it. I know. I acknowledge that. I pointed that out. But you mean to tell me this is the number one defense in the league? Couldn't get one more stop. Do I agree? Okay. maybe I am defending Kevin Stefanski here just a little bit because I have the lead. I'm going to lean on my running game. And if it doesn't get it done, I have no problem leaning on the number one defense to bring it home. They didn't bring it home. Of course, y'all are going to disagree with me, and that's okay. I just want y'all to think about that. Number one defense, yes. Bring it home. 95. I need a sack to shut the door. Where you at? I was ready to come in here and tear Denzel Ward a new one, pause. But I did see a different angle. They were in zone. They were in cover 2. The safety was supposed to get over there. Denzel's job on that play was to force Addison inside, which he didn't do. He took accountability for it, so I'm off of him. I was really ready to. Y'all just don't know. If I would have decided to go live on Sunday after the game, this would be totally different. Totally different. I just want y'all to. I just want to give y'all something else to think about. Everybody wants to blame the offense. Everybody wants to blame Kevin Stefanski. Did he go a little conservative? Yes, he did. But if I got the number one defense in the league, yes, I'm going to go a little conservative. I'm going to ride the running back, pause. I'm going to ride this horse that this team hasn't been able to stop. Quinshon Judkins was going absolutely crazy. And that's what you do when you get a lead. You lean on the running game. That's when the offensive line is supposed to dig in and say, hey, we coming. Stop it. Am I right or am I wrong? They did it for a few years when the Browns were winning. Get a lead, Nick Chubb. Nick Chubb would have a home run with it, which I believe at some point in the year, Quinshon Judkins is going to do that. Last thing before I move on. I don't want to talk about Shador Sanders anymore. I don't want to talk about him until he plays. You people on social media, sometimes y'all really irk my nerves. It gets to the point when y'all get to talking, it almost makes me not want to like Shador Sanders. I know everyone loves Deion Sanders so much. I love him just as much as you guys do. But for some of y'all out there to sit there, fix your mouth, fix your thumbs to say, I want to see Dylan Gabriel do bad, or I want to see Dylan Gabriel get hurt so Shador can play, I don't even want to talk to you people. I don't like your type. If it's a team that I'm rooting for, I'm never going to root for anybody on a team that I root for to get injured so somebody that I like can play. I'm never going to root against a player on the team that I play for. I'm never going to root against him because I don't like him. I'm going to talk trash about him. I don't want to get back into the whole Lamar Stevens thing. I said what I said about him. Didn't think he was that great. He left here. He couldn't even get burned with the Grizzlies, who were injury depleted. He couldn't even get play up in Detroit on the G League squad. Listen, y'all got me going off on a tangent. But again, I'm never going to do that, and y'all shouldn't do that. Don't talk to me about karma as if God won't put karma on your ass. Or put that karma on Shador for him to go out there and get hurt. I'm never wishing injury on anybody. Do I want to see Shador Sanders play? Sure, I would love to see Shador Sanders play. But he's not playing right now. There is an outside chance that Shador Sanders does play this year. If the Cleveland Browns lose to Pittsburgh, Miami, New England, going into that bye week, Shador Sanders should be named the starter. That gives them 2 weeks to prepare for him. Another thing, and Gerald McCoy said this, and I agree with it. Shador don't need to be QB2. Let him go from emergency QB3 to QB1. Because if you put him at QB2 now, and Dylan Gabriel, something bad happens to him against Pittsburgh or against Miami, he gets put in, he lays an egg, then what are y'all going to say? Well, he wasn't prepared. He wasn't prepared. I already know everything that everyone is going to say about Shador Sanders. All the excuses y'all are going to make for Shador Sanders, I don't want to hear them. So again, I don't want to talk about him until he actually plays. And by the way, sabbatical is going all year, whether Shador plays or whether he don't play. Moving on. Y'all stress me out. Cleveland sports stress me out. The Cleveland Browns are stressing me out, and I'm not even rooting for them this year. I'm watching these games, and I am trying my best not. I'm trying my best. My Sundays have been great. I haven't been irritated like Sundays and Mondays. I only get irritated when I engage with you guys. Believe it at that. We had a very wild college football weekend. Oh God, look at the time. We're gonna be here for a while. I'm gonna fly through this because we got Pizzle picks, and I got college to talk about. I got pros to talk about. Wild college football weekend. Penn State loses its second straight game to UCLA, 42-37. Holy moly! I could not believe that when I saw it. James Franklin is not going to have a job long. I think James Franklin is out at Penn State after this season, and they are going to go out and get someone else. Ohio State fans, don't get too comfortable with Brian Hartline because Brian Hartline. Don't get too comfortable with Matt Patricia because Happy Valley may come a calling for Matt Patricia. I'm just throwing some things out there. Hey, again, I don't have ties to any of this. I just speculate. I look at certain things. They be like, oh, this coach can go here. This coach can go here. John Gruden wouldn't go to Happy Valley. He'd go crazy. Texas loses to Florida 29-20. So now that makes the two teams that were preseason ranked number 1 and number 2, both outside of the top 25, both with 2 losses. Both still have an opportunity to make the college football playoff. They just have to win out. Penn State has a little bit of a gauntlet. Texas got a gauntlet. I think they got Georgia on their schedule, and I know A&M is on their schedule, and A&M is playing out of their minds. Ohio State blows out Minnesota 42-3. I'm not even going to get into that. Ohio State, Buckeye fans, I got y'all next week. We got another super show going on next week, and I got y'all. The next game coming up, we're going to get to it. Alabama defeats Vanderbilt 30-24. They get their lick back from that upset from last year. Kalen DeBoer that seat is cooled off. So I guess he's all right. And finally, my Miami Hurricanes defeat Florida State by a score of 28-22. That game wasn't that close. It got like that in the fourth quarter because it was what it was. But listen, let me tell y'all something. Ohio State fans aren't going to like it. But when those first college football playoff rankings come out, when the initial rankings come out, don't be surprised if Miami is ranked number 1 and Oregon is ranked number 2, and Ohio State is ranked. And it's, I know. Y'all ready to, yeah. Remember, I'm not an Ohio State hater anymore. I told you, I promised I wasn't going to say anything bad about it. I'm not saying anything bad about it. I'm only telling you what I'm seeing. And it comes, Miami has 3 wins over 3 ranked teams this year. Their resume is better. They have the quality wins. Oregon has a quality win on the road at that. Now, that may change with this Ohio State game that they have coming up this Saturday. This will be a quality win on their belt. They do have Penn State as well. So we'll see how that goes. Top 25, I don't even want to get here. Ohio State's 1, Miami's 2, Oregon's 3, Ole Miss is 4, Texas A&M 5, Oklahoma 6, Indiana 7, Alabama 8, Texas Tech 9, Georgia 10. I'm not even gonna get into all of those, man. Y'all see the top 25. Big games this week. Ohio State at Illinois. That's a big one. I'm gonna be paying a lot of attention to that one. Alabama at Missouri. Can Alabama keep up their winning? Can they go into Missouri and get that win? Florida seemed to be back. They go against Texas A&M. This is gonna be the Red River rivalry just got more and more interesting in the past couple of days because Oklahoma quarterback John Mateer is trying to get back. I'm not sure if he's back or not, if they've cleared him, but he's improved with his hand surgery. He's trying to get in to play this game. And Indiana and Oregon is probably the game of the week. Let me run through this Heisman. We go get the Pizzle's picks. I got a couple of other stories. I'm doing good on time. I might can get this one done in under 90. I'm going to go 10-1. 10 from 10 to 1 with my Heisman. Diego Pavia from Vanderbilt got the loss against Bama. He didn't play bad, but he didn't play good enough for them to win. Number 9, Joey Aguilar from Tennessee. He's going to be there. Marcel Reed, QB from Texas A&M. He has an opportunity to really jump a lot of these guys because of the schedule and the SEC. If they're undefeated in the SEC and can get to the SEC championship game, I can see Marcel Reed in New York as a final. Trinidad Chambliss, from Ole Miss at 7. Number 6, Fernando Mendoza. He has an opportunity to really skyrocket up the Heisman list. That big game they have against Oregon this week. Number 5, Julian Sayin. He's getting better and better and looking better and better. And with a couple of quality wins, he could find himself in New York. But I don't think so because number 4 is Jeremiah Smith. Jeremiah Smith is a grown-ass man. And Jeremiah Smith, if he continues to put up those numbers and Ohio State remains number 1, Jeremiah Smith is going to be in New York for the Heisman final. Number 3, Ty Simpson, QB from Bama. Oh, man, he fell out, but he's climbed his way back in with back-to-back wins over ranked opponents in the SEC with the opportunity to make it 3 straight. And I believe it'll be 4 straight because they will have Tennessee the 3rd Saturday in October next Saturday. So Ty Simpson really has an opportunity to make it happen. Number 2, Dante Moore from Oregon. And, of course, number 1 is Carson Beck. What do y'all want me to say, man? He went into Tallahassee at night and went off. They don't want to mention his name as far as, like, first-round quarterbacks. I'm still hearing Drew Allen. I'm still hearing Garrett Nussmeier. I'm still hearing Lenore Sellers. They steady ignoring Carson Beck. So if Carson Beck leads the Hurricanes to the ACC championship game, leads them through the college football playoff, and wins the national championship, does that change? That is the big question. Moving on. You know what? Let's get to Pizzle's picks. Starting in college. Actually, I'm going to throw a little curveball. I got college football picks, I got NFL picks, and I have this Saturday morning live on ESPN, 8 p.m. WWE Crown Jewel. Let's get to these picks. Just announced Monday, Roman Reigns takes on Big Bronson Reed in an Australian street fight. Y'all already know how I feel about Roman Reigns. I am bloodline ones up. You know what it is. I feel like this matchup could go to Bronson Reed. Bronson Reed kind of needs this win after losing at the last PLE to Roman, but that was kind of a fluky one. You know what? I'm gonna just stick with Roman Reigns. I'm staying with the OTC, and I think this is going to build on whatever they're trying to do with the Usos, and then with the Vision on the other side. Somehow LA Knight may fit into this. Who knows? There may be another member of the Vision coming soon. Like, it feels like something like that is going to happen. But I'm going to go with the OTC. If not, it's going to be some shenanigans in Bronson. A tag team match. I got Rhea Ripley and Io Sky going up against Asuka and Kairi Sane, the Kabuki Warriors. Now, this has been one of the best stories on WWE TV for the past few weeks, with Asuka going bad and her and the whole Kairi. The way she called Kairi Sane's name is absolutely hilarious. I got a feeling that Rhea and Io are going to get the win here. I'm picking them to win. I know WWE had this thing where anytime anybody wrestled in their hometown, home country, they would lose. I don't think it's been different lately. So that's why I'm going with Rhea and Io. But something in the back of my brain is telling me that Asuka and Kairi are going to win. And it's going to be because of Io. And Io is going to turn, and Io is going to join. But I'm going to pick Rhea and Io. John Cena versus AJ Styles. There is no storyline. It's just two dudes that want to fight. We know the classics that they had 10 years ago. We're hoping to get something like that. We are almost, the John Cena retirement tour is almost over. It's like 4 more dates. So he's probably 2 or 3 more matches in there. I mean, they announced the Saturday night's main event in November, and they're trying to figure out who the final opponent is going to be. I feel like a returning Gunther is going to be that guy. You could bring a guy like could debut a guy to retire him, but Obafemi could come up. But I'm gonna just guess for the time being. I think John Cena gets the win here. I think you have to. I think he's gonna lose his last match, but going up to and leading up to, I think he's gonna win. He's gonna beat AJ. This is gonna be one of those good guy versus good guy matches, and Cena for the dub. Stephanie Vaquer versus Tiffany Stratton. This is a women's crown jewel match championship. This is a match that they're fighting for a title in a ring, but they never really have the title. I'm going to pick Stephanie. I like Stephanie in this one. And Cody Rhodes versus Seth Rollins, the crown jewel men's championship. These are the champions versus champion matches. I'm going to pick Seth to win this match. Cody got it last year, and it was because of the year that he had winning the World Heavyweight Championship. Just the year that he it was. And Seth Rollins has had that kind of year this year, even after starting the year losing to Seth Rollins and getting eliminated from the Royal Rumble. Seth, since WrestleMania, has been the best in the business. He's been killing. So I'm going to go with Seth. So let's move on. Let's get these college picks, man. Pitt at Florida State. I think Florida State gets back on the winning track here, so give me Florida State at home. Number 8, Alabama at number 14, Missouri. I'm taking Alabama to get that game. Ty Simpson, Ryan Williams, those guys are going to go to, I think it's Columbia, Missouri, and get that win. Number 1, Ohio State at number 17, Illinois. Now, we saw Illinois get boat raced by Indiana. I think they get boat raced in this game by Ohio State. Julian Sand is efficient as ever. You got Carnell Tate and Jeremiah Smith and Bo Jackson and a running back by committee. It's too much firepower. Illinois is a good team, but it's over. Not happening. Sorry, not sorry. Washington State tries to take on number 4, Ole Miss. I got Ole Miss winning this game. This might be Lane Kiffin's best team. Nebraska at Maryland. Give me Dylan Raiola and Nebraska in this one. This one, I'm looking at this one to be a shootout. Number 22, Iowa State at Colorado. I'm going to pick up Iowa State. Colorado they don't have it. And I don't know when they'll have it. This is year 3 of Coach Prime. Now the quarterback situation seems to be solved for the most part. Give me Iowa State. Iowa State is a better team. Number 7, Indiana. At number 3, Oregon. Oh, man, if this game were played anywhere other than Autzen Stadium, I may give Indiana a shot. Fernando Mendoza, I would give them a shot, but I'm going with this game has national implications, for playoff implications, Big Ten championship implications, and Heisman implications for Fernando Mendoza going up against Dante Moore. I think Oregon comes away with this one. I don't think it's going to be a beatdown. I think this one is going to be close, like the Penn State Oregon game was. The Red River rivalry. I hate the fact that it's called the Red River rivalry now because everybody can't say that. You notice I'm relaxing and trying to, get that. Texas and Oklahoma. This one is in Dallas at the Cotton Bowl. I love this game. This is one of the college games that I look forward to every year. I was gonna go with Texas for Arch Manning. Like I still root for Arch, and I still think Arch is gonna be good. And there is a reason why the Manning family did come out and say, "Hey, he's gonna be here. He's not gonna declare early. He's gonna be here for his. He's gonna run out his college eligibility because, as we can see, he's not quite ready yet. He flashes, but it's not all the way there yet." I was going to pick Texas and have Arch have his redemption, but with John Mateer, with that whole thing hanging out there, I'm going to pick Oklahoma. NC State travels to take on number 16 Notre Dame. Give me Notre Dame in that one. Florida at number 5 Texas A&M. I got A&M, and I got A&M by a lot. I think this Florida game was an anomaly, if you ask me. Number 15 Michigan at USC. This one, I think this is going to be a real good game, but I think Michigan's going to get this one. I'm expecting like a defensive struggle. Maybe not a lot of points scored in this game. Give me Michigan. Number 10, Georgia at Auburn, one of the oldest, if not the oldest rivalry in the South or whatever. Give me Georgia to win that game to get back in this winning ways. Kansas at Texas Tech. Number 9, Texas Tech. Texas Tech is a pleasant surprise. The way it's looking, Texas Tech is going to win the Big 12. And Texas Tech is going to be a high-ranking college football playoff team. Hopefully, the country sees and hopefully the committee sees that, hey, this team should be one of those teams to get a bye. I'm going with Texas Tech to beat Kansas. South Carolina at number 11, LSU. South Carolina's season has gone down the toilet, per se. I'm going with LSU to win this game. Number 18, BYU at Arizona. I'm taking BYU. And Arizona's number 21, Arizona State at Utah. I still believe in Utah, so I'm taking Utah. Ladies and gentlemen, Pizzle's college picks. I'm almost here. I'm going to do this. I made good. The NFL, National Football League picks. Let's get right to it. The Philadelphia Eagles tomorrow night travel to take on the New York Football Giants. I'm going to go with the Eagles. I mean, the whole Jackson Dart, the excitement, like him doing this thing. Ham Scatterboo, they have an opportunity. This is prime time. This is the bright lights. But this is the defending Super Bowl champions coming off of a disappointing loss in a short week. I got the Eagles. Sunday in Tottenham, we got the Denver Broncos taking on the New York Football Jets. I got Bo Nix and the Denver Broncos to win this game. Jets they're not there yet. The Arizona Cardinals travel to take on the Indianapolis Colts. The poor Cardinals coming off of that loss. What a loss they had. They had that lead. Fumble at the goal line and blow the lead to lose to the winless Tennessee Titans. They don't recover from that. The Indianapolis Colts are a good team. Give me Danny Dimes and the Indianapolis Colts, man. The LA Chargers travel to take on the Miami Dolphins. Y'all know how I feel about teams that travel from west to east, but the Miami Dolphins just lost to the Carolina Panthers. Give me the LA Chargers to win this game. Coach Harbaugh, listen, I think Mike McDaniel's days in Miami are numbered, but I do also feel like he is going to get he's going to get a job somewhere. He's going to I think he's tailor-made for college football. I think he can go to college football and become like the next great college football coach. Penn State, Arkansas, Oklahoma State, somebody, one of those schools. I feel like Mike McDaniel can be one of those guys, but that's neither here nor there. Again, Chargers take it out. The Cleveland Browns at the Pittsburgh Steelers. Listen, I don't know why I have the feeling, or why I have a feeling, that the Cleveland Browns are going to go down there and somehow eat this one out. This game and against the Miami Dolphins next week might be the only games I pick them to win. But I'm going to pick the Cleveland Browns. Just a feeling, just a hunch. It's something about those division games. It's just a hunch. Dallas Cowboys at the Carolina Panthers. Give me Dallas. Carolina with that dub last week over Miami. Give me Dallas, though. Dallas, high powered. They put up a lot. Give me that. The Seattle Seahawks travel to take on the Jacksonville Jaguars. Again, teams traveling from west to east. I'm gonna take Jacksonville. They're good. Jacksonville is good. We saw what they just did on Monday against the Chiefs and how they got that done. The Los Angeles Rams travel to take on the Baltimore Ravens. Another team traveling from west to east. A lot of teams traveling from west to east. Still not knowing if Lamar Jackson is going to play. I don't think it matters. The Ravens might be done. That was embarrassing against the Houston Texans. Cooper Rush, even still with Cooper Rush, with the talent that the Baltimore Ravens have, you would think they would. That was embarrassing. Rams for the dub here. The New England Patriots and the New Orleans Saints. Give me New England here. Mike Vrabel, them guys come off of that big win on last Sunday night. What a game that was. The Tennessee Titans at the Las Vegas Raiders. Another week where the Titans are traveling from Nashville to the west. Give me the Raiders. I can't believe I'm picking Geno Smith. Yeah. The San Francisco 49ers and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I'm taking the Buccaneers. I'm riding with Baker Mayfield the whole season. I got him over the San Francisco 49ers, the injury-depleted San Francisco 49ers. Some of those guys are slowly but surely getting back, but the Baker is Baker. The Cincinnati Bengals at the Green Bay Packers. The Bengals are starting Joe Flacco. I don't think it matters. Green Bay for the win. The Detroit Lions and the Kansas City Chiefs. I'm picking the Kansas City Chiefs because they have to win this game. It's a must-win for them. The Buffalo Bills at the Atlanta Falcons. There's 2 Monday night games. Even though Monday Night Raw is coming on at 8 a.m. I'm going to take Buffalo. Atlanta is not a good team. And the Chicago Bears at the Washington Commanders. Give me Washington. Jaden Daniels is back, so give me them. Ladies and gentlemen, Pizzle's picks. Now, there are a few other stories that I want to touch on before I get out of here. Like, this is a super show, and I would have discussed these happy hour pick that I got if I was doing. Nafisha Collier, star of the Minnesota Lynx of the WNBA, in her exit interview or exit press conference, has some choice words for the WNBA commissioner. I'll say this. What she said wasn't wrong. And the fact that so many current and former players are standing on her side. I mean, what else is there to say about it? I mean, of course, the commission got up there and denied that she didn't say some of the things she said during the conversation. And that's what she's going to do. But the WNBA is facing an issue. Why? Because look at it. Look at what's happened. Look at what has us. And when I say us, I'm talking about podcasts. I'm talking about all of the big shows talking about this part of it. And not the WNBA finals in which Vegas is going absolutely crazy. Asia Wilson is going nuts. But I'm not upset at Nafisha. And anyone not her or Asia Wilson couldn't have said this. Angel Reese couldn't have got up and said this. Caitlin Clark couldn't have got up and said this. But Nafisha is such a huge part, or she's such a big star, probably the second best player in the W. She can say. Mark Sanchez. Have y'all followed this crazy story? Bro, yo, listen. According to the story and what I gathered from the story and what I read, the guy was collecting the grease from the restaurant or the bar. I'm not sure if it's the same bar or whatever. And I think the guy has like a hearing. It was something about his ears and he couldn't hear. But made Mark Sanchez think that him being drunk could attack that man. And what regular person wants to fight a professional athlete? Former or not, this guy is still a professional athlete. Pretty sure Mark works out. He looks like he's in really good shape. Now, when I initially saw this story, when I initially got this story, it was, damn, somebody stabbed Mark Sanchez. It was like, well, he was in Indianapolis. He probably was in the wrong place at the wrong time. No, then it turns out, oh, he got arrested. Oh, he beat somebody up. What the heck? Like, it's a crazy, weird story. He got pulled from his commentating gig, and he was replaced by Brady Quinn. I didn't do that on here, did I? It's more than likely that Brady. See, now I'm talking about this. It's likely that Mark Sanchez is not going to have a job at Fox. It's over with. Shame on you, Mark Sanchez. Got too drunk and you went and messed with somebody and you went to beat him up and he stabbed. And you got arrested because you got caught. Dummy. I didn't think I was going to have to speak LeBron right now. But LeBron James put out a trailer and he teased a second to see. Now, me with a brain is like, well, this is an ad. I was thinking it was an ad for Amazon because he did that for Prime Day before, right? Turns out that whole second decision was a Hennessy commercial. And give me, are y'all that stupid and that gullible to fall for that? Listen, and this is to all my people, my Facebook, I try my best to talk y'all off of some of the legends that y'all go on. But when it comes to LeBron James, I'm going to just speak my piece and throw my hands up. Because no matter what the dude says or no matter what the dude does, y'all not going to like it. Y'all going to find a way to hate it. So I'm going to just let y'all be idiots. And I kind of let y'all be idiots. I did say, the dude's not retiring, and I left it alone. He's not coming. He's not retiring. He's not coming back to Cleveland. It's some type of an ad. I thought it was an Amazon ad. It was a Hennessy ad. But I did hit it that it was an ad. Because why would he put that kind of a trailer out if he's going to announce his damn retirement? Y'all have to start thinking. LeBron James got so much control over y'all that it's like Donald Trump control over y'all. Anytime he says or does anything, y'all get pissed off. I can't believe y'all were that gullible and that dumb. I can't believe that Stephen A. Smith and Skip Bayless were that. It's like, come on. Y'all are too smart. Either listen. They have to just be playing the game, playing along, and saying, oh, we didn't know what it was, and we don't like it now. They got to be playing the game. Because Skip Bayless, Stephen A. Smith, there's no way in the world possible that y'all were that dumb to think that he was actually going to announce his retirement or anything about his career like that. And that goes to any of y'all. Y'all are a bunch of smart dummies. And I'm going to leave it at that. I try to avoid LeBron topics because I know where I'm going to go because I'm a LeBron guy and most of the time I'm right about one. I am. But moving on, my final thing before I get out of here. I want to. My heart goes out to the family, teammates, and friends of Kyron Lake. Now, if y'all don't remember this story, or y'all should know this story, y'all don't know this story. Kyron Lacey, LSU wide receiver, was slated to be one of the top wide receivers taken in this past draft. Was accused of something that it turned out he didn't. Well, there was an accident that happened that they said that he caused that took the life of a 60-something-year-old gentleman. Prayers and rest in peace to that gentleman. They arrested and charged and was ready to indict and put this man on trial. He had declared for the draft. He was all ready to go to the draft. He lost just about everything. And in April or sometime earlier this year, Kyron Lacey took his own life. Everything that was put on him, he lost everything. He got uninvited to the combine. Wasn't going to be invited to the draft. Probably wasn't going to get drafted. But over the weekend, over the past few days, his lawyers surfaced a video that Kyron Lacey had nothing to do with the crash. And the charges that were put on him were false. He was 72 yards away from the crash. And I saw the video, and I wish I wouldn't have saw the video because now I'm really like ticked off. I'm doing my best to hold it together here. But like you see the video and you see the crash, and then you see Kyron's chart. And then the other video that I saw of the officer coercing and telling the person filling out the police report to make sure you put him, his car, him. Now, someone needs to be held accountable for this. I don't even want to put it on the person, but that particular police officer, shame on you. Shame, shame, shame. You cost a young man everything, his life included. You know how much pain you caused that man's family? A lot of pain there. Rest in peace, Kyron Lacey. The whole time, like they knew this whole time. And for the media out there who made this man a villain, I seen it all. People on social media made this man a villain. I seen a lot of it. I saw the young man say, hey, y'all might want to wait because the cops, I live in this town, these cops do stuff and pin stuff on people that they didn't do. And look at what happened. Again, rest in peace, Kyron Lacey. My heart goes out to his family. I mean, yes, he was exonerated, but that's not going to bring him back. Something just needs to happen. Like y'all, all right. That's it, y'all. We gonna get out of here. Thank y'all for hanging on with me. Thank y'all for kicking it. This super show. We're gonna do another one of these next Wednesday because I got a bunch of stuff going. So we're gonna do the super show. And October 21st, we back Club Pizzle Happy Hour. I'm gonna preview the NBA. I'm getting all of that stuff together now. That is NBA opening night. I might do the preview show that Monday. I don't know. I got to see how everything shakes out and how my schedule shakes out. But y'all know. And again, man, award season is coming up. Make sure y'all keep y'all boy in mind. Y'all know what it is, man. Always protect your peace, protect your energy. The message is more important than the messenger. Creators, be great. Stay positive. This negative energy is trash. Until next week, y'all. Peace out.